Okay, pilots. There was a box on my porch today. I cannot believe that I found 11 Hobbies Trojan T-28 in yellow. Can you believe this? This plane's probably, it's got to be more than seven years old, maybe. Something like that. See? But you can get a similar plane if you buy an Arrows, because Arrows bought the molds from this company when it went under, which it didn't go under because it was a junk piece of junk. It probably went under because it's a great plane. It's built like a tank. You just would not believe it. But let's get into this thing, because I want to make sure it's yellow. It's marked yellow. The outside box was yellow. But man, I just got to make sure. So let's see what she looks like. Man, it's got the red one on and the white one on the picture and there and everything. Let's see, where we at? Man, over there. Yeah, my goodness, it would be on that side. You can't hardly read it when it's on that side, huh? Well, it's 1100 millimeter wingspan. The length of it is 915 millimeters. It's got an 850 kV motor in it, 40 amp ESC, center of gravity 45 to 50 millimeters from leading edge, and that's it. Prop 10 by 7, and it calls for a 3-cell 2200, but I usually run a 3000 in it. I think the 11 Hobbies needed a 3000. But my Arrows, I put kind of some extra stuff on my Arrows. Oh yeah, it's yellow. Oh God, it's yellow. I had to put a 4000 in it, but I've got to get 3 cells, because that one you can't run a 4-cell in it. You can, but if you put throttle to it, you put power to it, it might start smoking and burn. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Pilots, you just don't know how long I've been waiting for this. I even bought the Arrows not too long ago and painted it. But I left my wings silver. It looks so damn good with the wings silver. I left it alone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Lord, thank you. Alright, here's the, there's our instruction manual. Maybe, let's see what the last page, there's page 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 14 pages, and there's ESC. I mean, they even give you different settings for the ESCs. You can go in and program ESCs, pilots, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna mess up something, I'm telling you. You better know what you're doing if you start programming ESCs. Simple instructions. I mean, 2 screws in the tail. The wing slides on. I'm telling you, I got experience. I've done built 3 of these things. They're the simplest. And for a first-time warbird, I would definitely advise the first-time warbird to be a Trojan. There's our parts list. We got a wing. We got a fuselage. We got a horizontal. And then we got a propeller. Oh my God. Okay. But just look at that bright yellow. I want you to look at that, man. Look at that. That ship just shined. Now, it didn't seem like it had been open. You know how you can tell when a tab there on the box there, you can tell when it's been opened. I looked at it real good. Didn't look like it had been opened, didn't been cracked, nothing. But let's look at this wing. I don't see a mark on the bottom of it now. Somebody in a video showed their plane and had a mark on it there, but it was on the other side. Oh my God, ooh. Well, the thing's probably so old. Well, no, it's sticking down there pretty good now. My decal's coming up there a little bit, but it's stuck right back down. Like I said, Pops, man, this plane has got to be, it's got to be at least 5 years old. And never been opened. And let me tell you this little story. I come across one on eBay it was probably about 6 months ago, I guess it was. Now see, here's where the mark was on the guys. It looked like maybe when they glued this in or something other, it kind of went up there and dabbed it there when they was gluing that, putting that in. But man, I don't see a mark on it. God, there ain't a mark on it. Oh, oop, oop, oop. Now there's a little spot right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Now, of course, you know me. There's gonna be landing lights in it. There's gonna be navigation light. There's gonna be a red indicator, strobing light on the top, just like all the rest. Now, pilots, you talking about a nice set of landing gear. This little door here is split right here, and it's on a spring light. I can get my fingernail in it. It's on a spring light, and when the landing gear opens, it kind of comes out further. It just looks totally real, totally real. And some pilots, they don't like the way the wires are exposed. That one's up a little bit. But I like it because if you have troubles with anything, pilots, you ain't tearing nothing all up, getting the stuff out. And then maybe after you've mated it and you've got everything set up and everything, then maybe you can go back and put your stuff on when you know everything's set and ready. Navy. RC Air Marshal, the Navy. I got nothing but respect for the Navy, Army, Air Force, and Marines. I never served in the military. My nephew went into the Air Force, and man, he loved it. All right, there was our main wing with just a little bitty old nipple in it. All righty. Now, I heard something moving around when I picked it up there, but I don't see nothing moving around there. Look at there now, man. Hobby Lobby. 11 Hobby put that little piece there in between them tails. Yep, Oh my goodness, pilots. You talking about a finish that is just unmatched. You think Free Wing got a nice finish? You get a hold of 11 Hobby. Now, this is going to slide into like a little sleeve there. But I always like to kind of squeeze these edges here, just kind of make them edges are a little bit rounded there. Just kind of give her a little squeeze, not too much. Now this is a plastic here where you put your screw in this hole. There's a hole there where you put your screw in. But it's got the little interlocking control surface. Let's flex our control surfaces. Ooh, there ain't much through in that one. Let's see. There's our horn on this one. I don't see a mark on that one. I mean, it's just fresh as fresh can be. Flex our surfaces. We got a carbon fiber rod, small, horizontal. Let's get this, well, no, we gotta get this fuselage out next. The props up under. Oh Lord, here we go. Now it's got dummy lights on the top and the bottom of the 11 Hobby. There's no LED lights at all in this plane. This plane was made before LEDs really got popular. But there's the dummy light on top. Now I have a red one in there. Now, I mean, I didn't put one in my other ones, but there's another one. There's another spot you can put a light. Now, a little skid plate right there, I usually paint it silver, make it look like it's aluminum. That's what that is. When the tail drops there, they don't want that to hit the ground. There's a sleeve I was telling you about. You slide that horizontal in. Look at that PA. Oh, Lord. See, I ain't got nothing PA. All mine, let's see, that's D. My arrows, I put my initial on at E. And the Durafly's got a small W on it, but a big A in gold. So mine's PA now. But man, you talking about nice. I mean, just everything just looks smooth. Where the panel was glued in, it still don't even look like it's a area that's been glued. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now I'll take these little two things right here, and I might paint the tips of them silver, and the body here on the side silver, and let it dry a day or two. Let it dry a day or two, and then take a green Sharpie and a red Sharpie, and maybe, you know, or maybe even make one of them white and red. I think that's the color for white and red. But man, when you put that silver on there first, and then you put that Sharpie on there, it just pops, man. Pow, pow. Makes it even look like a real life. But I ain't seen a mark on it, pilots. There's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's, I mean, you see the corner of the vent right there just a little bit, you know. Good Lord. But we was talking about weathering planes. The Boozers, a couple of others like to do that. And James and Motion RC, they're doing their tanks now. But I'm going to do that, pilots, but I'm going to get some marks and some cuts and some scratches on them before I go back and start putting weathering on there to cover up some of them bad places. So you can do that to do you covering up. So fly the plane for a little while, for crying out loud. Then you can do all this other stuff. But if you just don't go ahead and do it, go ahead and do it. But don't cry when you crash it and you rip half of it off. All right, let's see what a cockpit looks like. Man, that cockpit's nice. I always called him Captain Mike because he's got a mustache like Captain Mike does. See? Yeah, come on. And got you extra spot back there. You can put the cameras and things, whatever you want to do. And I don't think I put another pilot in this one. I didn't put it in the 11 Hobby. And I didn't put it in my arrows. But I got two in my Durafly. I wanted to put two in it. Oh yeah. I got plenty of room. Plenty of room. You see three. But plenty of room in that cockpit. Let me get this thing up here where I can see something here. Plenty of room in that cockpit. A lot of room all the way up to the front there where you want to slide your battery up in there. I mean, just all leads are labeled. I see a rudder. I see landing gear. I mean, you know, top notch, guys, top notch. We got a prop in here. 10 by 7 prop. Now they made the prop a little bit smaller now. I don't know if you've got a P-38 or something like that, but they make those props a little bit smaller, pilots, because they didn't want that thing hitting the ground with that tricycle landing gear. But you got your fronts, it's got the paint stripes on it there, and the rears is not, so you know which way to put it. But I mean, it's got a pitch, guys. These Trojans don't play. You know, I've seen a lot of video on it. GB Linden, and John, they had some video there of John's, and I mean, it don't play. But there's your video on the unboxing of my new yellow 11 Hobbies Trojan T-28, 1100 millimeter, had the 850. I mean, can you imagine an 850 in this little 1100 millimeter plane? I mean, come on, man. So, you know, you want to run it on that 3-cell. If you plan on just goosing, just stay on it all the time, because I'm telling you, a 4-cell will burn it up. Right? So, man, I'm getting to it. I'm so excited. I'm so stoked. And I'm out.